made me proud of my sacrifice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the guy. That's him.
All right, you're under arrest. Let's go.
You 100% sure? Yeah, I'm sure. That's him.
What are you talking about? I'm a unique individual. Went to Harvard Law School, graduated at the top of my class there. President Obama appointed me to the President's Cancer Panel in 2011.
That's the responsibility of the first doctor on scene. That was you.
I need you to remember whatever you can about that couple. Anything they said could be helpful.
Hello, Uncle Jake.
Huh?
Hello, Uncle Jake.
How you doing? You all right?
Okay.
How's your game?
Okay.
That left hand coming?
Okay.
School work?
Everybody, it's Hill Harper. I'm a candidate for U.S. Senate here in Michigan. I am so grateful for all the support we've received in this historic
This place
election.
is filled with boxes. Where are we supposed to sit?
The seating arrangements are still a little bit in flux.
Let me know when you get that sorted out.
Really happy you played hooky today with me, Sheldon.
You were always a bad influence, Mel.
I like that.
For years, he was everywhere, the charming doctor on CSI, New York, the voice of reason in indie films, the brilliant mind with degrees from the Ivy League. Hill Harper wasn't just a working actor. He was a symbol of Black excellence, intellect, and versatility. So what happened? Why did a man who seemed destined for A-list status quietly disappear from Hollywood? The answer isn't scandal. It isn't a failure. And it sure isn't burnout. What happened to Hill Harper is something far more rare in celebrity culture, a conscious evolution. Because while the cameras were rolling, Harper was building something bigger. He was beating cancer, adopting a son, running for Senate, launching businesses, mentoring kids, writing best-selling books, shifting from celebrity to changemaker. This isn't the story of a star who fell off. It's the story of a man who chose legacy over limelight, who stepped off the red carpet to walk a much harder path. From Harvard to Hollywood to Capitol Hill, Hill Harper's journey is one of resilience, reinvention, and radical purpose. And once you hear the full truth, you'll realize he didn't disappear. He leveled up. Before he ever set foot on a film set, Hill Harper was already elite. Born in 1966 to powerhouse parents, his father a psychiatrist, his mother an anesthesiologist, Harper was raised on discipline, education, and ambition. He didn't grow up chasing fame. He grew up chasing excellence. He graduated magna cum laude from Brown University, one of the Ivy League's most prestigious schools. Then he took it up another level, Harvard Law School. But that wasn't enough. While getting his JD, he simultaneously earned a master's in public administration from Harvard's Kennedy School. This man didn't stumble into acting. He chose it over what could have easily been a multi-million-dollar legal career. While most of Hollywood's rising stars were doing commercials and auditions, Harper was debating policy and studying under professors like Barack Obama. Yes, that Barack Obama. The two became close friends long before either was famous. That foundation gave Hill Harper a different kind of presence. Not just charisma, credibility. So when he finally stepped into the entertainment industry, he wasn't just another pretty face. He was a scholar, an activist, and a performer, all in one. Hollywood didn't know it yet, but Hill Harper was built differently. While his academic resume reads like a senator's, Hill Harper's passion for performance was there from the very beginning. He began acting at just 7 years old, diving into school plays and local theater, long before the Ivy League, long before Hollywood. While other kids were glued to cartoons, Hill was memorizing monologues and analyzing stagecraft. For him, it wasn't about attention. It was about storytelling. Even while juggling the academic demands of Brown and later Harvard, Harper never let the stage go. He performed regularly, balancing rigorous coursework with curtain calls. In Boston, he joined the Black Folks Theater Company, a group devoted to staging plays rooted in Black experiences, resistance, and cultural pride. This wasn't just acting, it was mission work. Harper wasn't just learning how to perform, he was learning how to speak for his people, how to be an artistic activist. So when he finally packed up and moved to Los Angeles, it wasn't a naive Hollywood dream. He brought with him years of training, a mountain of intellect, and a clear purpose. He didn't just want a spotlight, he wanted to shift the culture. And the industry was about to take notice. When Hill Harper hit Hollywood, he wasn't just another fresh face, he was a trained, razor-sharp actor with a story to tell. His early roles in the 1990s weren't huge, but they were strategic. He appeared on classic TV shows like Married with Children, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and ER. Casting directors noticed. He wasn't the loudest in the room, but he brought depth, seriousness, and presence, even in small parts. Then came Spike Lee's Get on the Bus, 1996. That was the turning point. Harper played Xavier, a UCLA student heading to the Million Man March. It wasn't just a movie, it was a cultural statement. And Hill didn't just perform, he made you feel something. From there, his resume expanded, beloved opposite Oprah Winfrey. He got game with Denzel. The Skulls, The Visit, all films that let him flex dramatic muscle, explore Black identity, and show Hollywood he wasn't just another actor. He was a voice. Hill Harper didn't skyrocket off one role. He built brick by brick, showing range, intelligence, and purpose. By the early 2000s, he wasn't just working. He was rising, and people were paying attention. In 2004, Hill Harper landed the role that would define his mainstream success, Dr. Sheldon Hawkes on CSI, New York. For 9 seasons, he portrayed a brilliant, calm, soft-spoken medical examiner who brought both intellect and heart to the forensics lab. It was a role that felt tailor-made for him, not just because of his real-life academic pedigree, but because he carried the kind of quiet intensity that made audiences lean in. CSI, New York wasn't just a hit. It was a global TV juggernaut, watched by millions each week. And Harper was a constant, reliable, talented, unshaken by the hype. He became a fan favorite, not through flash or melodrama, but by being smart, grounded, and real. At the height of his fame, Hill Harper had it all: steady work, critical acclaim, financial security, and a respected position in one of television's most powerful franchises. But unlike many actors, he didn't get lost in it. No scandals, no tabloid drama, no ego-driven meltdowns. Still, even as the paychecks rolled in, he never stopped writing, never stopped mentoring, never stopped planting seeds beyond the screen. Because for Hill Harper, CSI wasn't the endgame, it was a launch pad. While most actors chased their next big role, Hill Harper was writing books that would change lives. In 2006, he released Letters to a Young Brother, a heartfelt, motivational guide for young black men navigating a world that often tries to break them. It wasn't fluff. It was raw, honest, and full of wisdom about purpose, identity, fear, and self-worth. The book became a bestseller and won several awards, not because of fame, but because it hit home. He followed up with Letters to a Young Sister, The Conversation, and The Wealth Cure, focusing on love, empowerment, and financial freedom. These weren't vanity projects. They were part of a larger mission, to use his platform for real impact. Harper also became a sought-after speaker. From high schools to prisons, Ivy League campuses to community centers, he shared his story with humility and power. He didn't preach, he connected. Unlike many celebrity motivators, Hill brought credentials. Harvard, real-world grit, emotional intelligence. His voice carried weight because it came from truth. Acting gave him a platform, but his words, written and spoken, gave him a legacy. At the height of his career, Hill Harper was thriving, acting, writing, speaking, and building. Then came a moment that could have ended everything. In the late 2000s, Harper was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. For a man known for his sharp mind and boundless energy, it was a gut punch. He kept it private at first, undergoing surgery and treatment quietly, away from the cameras and interviews. But once he recovered, he came back with more than just gratitude. He came back with purpose. Harper began speaking publicly about cancer awareness, health disparities, and the urgent need for early detection, especially in communities of color. He didn't play the victim. He became an advocate. In 2011, President Barack Obama appointed him to the President's Cancer Panel, a position of major influence in shaping national health policy. From Hollywood to Harvard to the White House, this wasn't just fame anymore. This was legacy work. His battle with cancer didn't derail him. It refined him. It gave him clarity. It reminded him why he was here, not just to perform, but to serve. Hill Harper didn't just survive. He transformed. And that transformation would shape every move he made next. Most actors dream of awards. Hill Harper aimed for office. In 2023, he made a bold move, announcing his candidacy for the U.S. Senate in Michigan. This wasn't a publicity stunt. It wasn't a celebrity flex. Harper had spent years building credibility in activism, education, public health, and economic justice. Doing good in the public eye isn't easy. And Hill Harper never promised easy. Just real. Through all the degrees, roles, books, speeches, and campaigns, Hill Harper says the most important title he's ever held is simple: Dad. In 2015, he adopted his son, Pierce, as a single father. It wasn't a publicity stunt. It wasn't for headlines. It was a personal, life-changing decision. Harper has called it the most profound choice he's ever made, and the most humbling. While Hollywood kept calling, he made a conscious shift. Less red carpet, more bedtime stories, fewer additions, more showing up, not just for his son, but for his community and future generations. And through it all, he kept building. A nonprofit foundation that mentors underserved youth. A skincare line created with care and inclusion. A coffee shop that creates jobs in Detroit. A political platform powered by justice and hope. Legacy for Hill Harper was never about celebrity. It was about service and the kind of success that uplifts others, not just himself. So the next time someone asks, whatever happened to Hill Harper? Tell them this: he didn't fade away. He rose as a father, a builder, a leader. He didn't vanish. He stepped into his purpose.